I love Halloween, but there is one thing that I do like more: cosplay. And so far, my favorite: Spider Man. Though I've tried and miserably failed to do Spider Man in the past, there is this one particular suit that I have been working on, which has been my own. And I wanted to do this as professionally as I could. So, I'm going to show you, the nice people of YouTube, how to do that. So, with less than $100, two things of spandex, foam, shoes, and hot glue, I will be teaching you how to make your own Spider-Man costume. Now, there is one big flaw that I did mention to myself. I didn't film myself making this costume, but I did take pictures, so I guess I can still kind of make a tutorial. But anyways, let's get started with the materials. So the materials you are going to use to make the suit are two spandex bodysuits. The material can either be black or blue, doesn't matter. Hot glue, EVA foam, the thickness can be however you want. Tulip puffy paint, the puffy paint can be black, white, red, blue, whatever you want. Mesh fabric, and old shoes. And with that, let's get started. So the first thing you are going to do is head to Party City. Why? Well, to get the morph suits. You don't have to wait till Halloween to stock them, because usually they have them in the back somewhere. So, after getting the morph suits, posing a little bit like in a doofus, you are now ready to draw on the lines. No, not the webs. I mean the lines where you'll be ready to cut. So after drawing on yourself with a permanent marker on the red suit that definitely won't bleed through, you're ready to cut the red portion. Please, take your time and be precise and careful. I cannot stress this enough. You can't really get a do-over unless you're rich, like Batman, but you don't want to be Batman. So after cutting the red suit to fit your needs, you're ready to move on to my favorite part, the mask. So there is many ways that you could do with this mask. The way that I did it, I just cut off the mask from the suit, keeping both of the zippers on the mask. You might want to cut around the zipper when you're cutting the red portion. But anyway, the second way that you could do it, and I prefer most easiest, is just buying a mask online. They're known as Lycra masks, and they're basically morph suit masks, but way easier. So what you do is that you put it on, then draw a dot on where you can see from, then you cut out the lenses from EVA foam, put some mesh fabric on them, and then stick them right on. And I think it looks pretty good. So yeah. But back on track. When cutting the red suit, be sure to cut around the zipper so that way the black zipper will still be intact. Speaking of, when cutting the black suit, all you really need to cut off are the hands, feet, and mask. If you want the zipper to still be intact for the black suit, here's a little trick that I used. A. Keep the zipper below the neck. 2. Apply hot glue to the place where the zipper is going to stop. See? It works pretty well, and it hasn't came off since. So I had originally planned on sewing the suit, but I don't know the first thing about sewing, and I had originally tried pinning, but every time I would pin, I would get really sick. Then I would almost pass out. So my form is hot glue, and it works pretty well for DIY assignments such as this one, so yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now, I know what some of you are going to be saying, but insert name here. We all know that sewing is better. Even though it lasts longer and hot glue is equally as good, sewing is way better in these types of situations. You don't know what you're doing. Well, first off, I have no experience in sewing, and if you wanted to sew a costume, and if you want to get this thing perfect, why not just buy a costume? Secondly, hot glue has worked perfectly for me in the past, such as the crappy image photo that I showed you earlier. And yeah, hot glue mainly works for me because, well, it works. So if hot glue works for you, why not go with it? So after nearly burning off the most important parts of your body, mostly your six-pack, off of your body with hot glue, you're ready to do the front spider logo. I chose the original iron spider logo because I like the feel of it. Then I just traced it onto some craft foam and cut it out. Though the legs look a little uneven because, well, I accidentally cut them and glue them wrong, but still looks dope to me. So now whatever you can do to draw on the webs you can use an erasable marker, which I recommend, but a Sharpie works too. You just don't get a good of a do-over. And after you're done with that, just layer it over with puff paint and it looks so awesome. In my opinion anyway, puffy paint doesn't take that long to dry, but I recommend putting a pillow inside of the costume so that way it can fluff it out. And, yeah. Wait, what am I missing? Oh, yeah, the back spider. So the way I made the back spider was really easy, only because I got these few simple steps. I got a template that was big enough for me. You can make the template how big you want. I got some parchment paper that was a little translucent. After that, I got my tube of puff paint, whatever puff paint color you choose, depending on what color the material was instead of black. Then I drew the template on the parchment paper. Then using the puffy paint, I filled in the lines and then basically filled it with puffy paint and then just waited for it to dry, and the results aren't that bad. It looks really, really good. So there is one more problem of the suit that I have yet to deal with. Well, I've dealt with it, but it's a struggle nonetheless. Putting soles in the costume. It's a nightmare, and I wish someone else had did it for me, but heck, I did it and it looks pretty good. So what I did is that I got a shoe. It was really old, so yeah. I cut the rubber stuff out. I got the actual sole of the shoe, that's the bottom part of the shoe. Then put it in the costume, put lots of glue under the sole, then put it on the costume. And yeah, it's pretty cool to run in the suit now and walk. But it's also kind of weird determining that Peter can stick through a layer of rubber, but it's better than him just running in a pile of spandex in alleys full of broken glass and stuff. That must really hurt. And I guess, oh wait, I almost forgot. To make the glove opening, you have to cut the hands off, well, duh, but you have to glue only to a certain section of the suit, so that way if you're ever at a con and you need text, you can just take the glove right off. So after that, you just, oh, the suit's done? Really? Huh. That was really long and annoying, but not gonna lie, it was really fun to make this costume. I've loved Spider-Man since I was a kid, and it's been awesome to make his suit. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to head to bed and read my comics. And that's why you never do that to Mary Jane. Hey, Peter. Is that my robe that you're in, Wade? Well, maybe. I thought it was fashionable, and, it kind of fits. For gosh sakes, we talked about this. You can't just come into my house, sneak into my house, and then just lay in my bathrobe and read comics. But I'm just getting to the juicy part. I don't care. Get. Fine. Wait. Ah, whatever.